Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing the K-Pop Albums of 2017 Album Tag, which was started by Randomly 2011. I'm going to link her video in the description. So yeah, let's just get started. The first question is Album of the Year, which I've seen people do where they did full-length album, single album, mini album of the year, and we do it that way so you can include more songs, more albums. So my single album of the year, my favorite single album was Chori's Love Cherry Motion. I was watching and paying attention to Luna at the time, but nothing made me want to jump out and buy it because I just knew, I found out about them a little late. They had already released so much. As someone who like fully collects stuff, I knew it was going to be difficult for me to decide what I wanted to collect from them. So I was kind of just staying away on purpose. But when this came out, I just couldn't hold back. I love this song. It's my style exactly of music. And she's so pretty and so cute, and I love the photo book and the color is purple, and it was just great, and it really made me go all in on Luna really quickly. My favorite mini album of the year might be a little bit surprising if you watch my videos, because I think you might think it's something else, but it is Oh My Girl's Coloring Book. I love this album. I know people weren't a huge fan of Coloring Book as a song, but I did not mind it. I liked it. I love all the songs on here. This has so many plays in my my iTunes account. I just really loved it. This photo book is amazing. It is my favorite photo book of the year, but because I put this album here, I picked something else for that. But I just love Oh My Girl so much. I love all their music, everything about them. This album is incredible. I was sad that this was their only release last year, but I understood with how much they released in 2016 and with all the complications with Ginny deciding to leave, and because that's what was best for her with their health and everything. So I'm glad they kind of took a break and are getting back into it soon. There are new albums coming out, I think today, so everybody watch it. And then my favorite album of the year, I think, is no surprise if you do watch my videos, because it is EXO's The War and Power of Music album, because it was just amazing. I don't think I like this album more than Exodus, not because this album is bad or worse than Exodus, just a testament to how much I loved that album when it came out. But I love every song in here, genuinely. The only album that is rivaled by how many times I've listened to it this year would be Coloring Book, but I just thought it was great. The concept was amazing. Power of Music, the repackage added great new songs. I think Sweet Lies is my favorite of them, but I also really like What You Do and Forever, Chill, Everything. I do like Diamond. I know that a lot of people didn't like that one, but I did not have a problem with it. I liked the packaging for the repackage. I thought it was interesting and nice, and yeah, just thought it was great. Very pleased and very happy that they had a good year with their music this year. Okay, the second question is photo book concept of the year. So it would be Oh My Girl if I included it in this one, but since I already picked it, I went with 2-3 other ones that I liked, which was Card, so Ola Ola. I love the photo book for this one. They have such nice, high quality photos, and since the packaging is so large, the photos are nice and big and beautiful, and the theme was great. The summer vibe was definitely depicted really well. It just looks like they're having fun in LA. I think that's where they are. Wherever they are, it just looks like they're having a nice fun outside in the summer sun. And I think that since it was such a summery vibe album, they really depicted it well with the photo book. Also, my other one that I really liked was Mamamoo's Purple. I only have the purple version, but I love the photo book for this one. They look so nice. They keep the the theme of just bright, vibrant colors really well. The photos are such high quality. They all look really amazing. I think the other version of the album is equally as beautiful. I don't have it yet, but I plan to get it at some point. Not top priority for me, but you know, someday. Oh, the album was good. They always make good music. Yeah, I just think it was a really good photo book. They look very nice. I also like that they kept up the theme of the way they produce their albums being the same. Very cute. One good thing about filming this video so late is that my EXO Universe album came, and I love this. I love winter albums and EXO's winter albums themes always being so cute with their like winter clothes type vibe, and the coffee theme this year was really cute. And I just really enjoyed this album. It's just a very nice ballad type album, which is good for the weather, the winter weather. And I very much so enjoyed it. So the next question is favorite packaging of the year, and I have a couple. So the main one, since I've already talked about it, would be Cards You and Me and Cards Ola Ola. I like that they kept the same theme, the same type packaging. I really like that. Again, the classic book style is the best style in my opinion for packaging, just because I think it's the most well protected. It keeps everything nice. And Cards book packaging is so tall that the photos are so good and like big and bright, and they have such high quality. DSP really puts a lot of effort into their albums, and you can tell through this. And it's just really good to see. Also a little partial to You and Me because it has photos in New York, but yes. I also really enjoyed the, this is my first album from them, is Nine Muses Love City. I loved Love City. This album is very good. But I like that it's a magnet kind of book style, and then it's like foam, but the CD is good and safe in there. And again, it's tall, so like all the photos are tall with such high quality and nice looking. It just looks nice and big and bright. It's just a good looking album. So I'm really a fan of tall albums. I thought I wanted to give a shout out to NCT Cherry Bomb 2, even though it's tiny and I'm not a huge fan of like short albums. I thought that since SM usually does this type of packaging, but much thinner, I would give a shout out to this one being so thick and having so many photos and pages in it. Even though not every page has photos, I still think it's very nice. And again, this was a good album. I thought that this year was a good year for music. I don't know if that's just me. But my favorite packaging of the year goes to Lay's Sheep album, just because of how many photos he squeezed into it. It's just incredible. Look at all these photos. So that's why it's my favorite. Just how many photos he gave us. The album itself was good. Not, in my opinion, not as good as his other one, but he really enjoyed it, and I don't hate it. I definitely listened to it a bunch this year. So, yeah. Favorite packaging of the year. Love the holographic. I didn't like that it didn't have a photo card, but apparently only the Chinese version did. Next one is least favorite packaging of the year, which I definitely have two of the ones that everybody has on here, but I want to also point out two other ones that I just genuinely don't like, which would be CLC's Free SM, which I really enjoyed this concept. I loved the songs on here. I know that people were upset that they strayed away from the Cry style and Hobgoblin themes and type, but I really love the songs on here. And this photo book is so good. It's another tall album with really good high quality photos. The editing effect is nice on them. They included so many photos. It's just nice. But they had to add this weird little thing that just doesn't fit right, and now it's not even on mine, and all it did was sit on my shelf, and I don't know how, I don't know why they included it. Why do they add these things that are just easily broken on albums? I don't understand. The other one is a classic SM packaging that I hate, that I think everybody will know what I'm talking about now, is the jewel case with the photo book. as shown by Red Velvet's Perfect Velvet, which is my rival for #1 album of the year. I love this album. And it's so good, and I love Red Velvet, but I just hate this style. You never get enough photos. I'm going to take it out even though it's going to be annoying to put back, which is a majority of the problem. But it's just, you get such a thin photo book, and the theme is great, and they just look so beautiful and lovely, and you don't get nearly enough photos. And they're all small, and it's just annoying. When this could be a nice big album. It's like the classic albums they give to like Shiny or Red Velvet. It's really annoying. But this album is, again, if you haven't listened to it, please do. So good. So many great songs. Such a good album. And then I'm going to bring them out together since everybody's mentioned them already. NCT 127 Limitless and Monsta X Shine Forever. I don't understand what they were thinking doing this with such good albums. I know that there's like 2 other versions for this that were random that I found out about like way later, but I don't even know if I'm ever going to get them. They're so easily damaged that it doesn't make sense why it would be just a giant envelope full of random things and not like a stable photo book. It's just irritating. But the album's good. Everybody looks nice, I guess. The styling was a little like weird for me for this one, but especially certain people look just weird. Not them in themselves, their styling, but whatever. Still a good album. And then Shine Forever, Monsta X Beautiful was such a good album, and I don't know why they chose to do this packaging, why everything is separate, why there's a weird bag with a sticker holding it together. I don't understand why they keep using stickers. Please stop. Please. Because I don't know what to do about it. I don't want to rip it, but I don't want to cut it. I don't know. Why do you do this? I don't get it. Why? Just why? And this is like their start of their member CDs and stuff, which is great and annoying because I like it but I hate it. And more of my groups that I like this year started doing that. But alas. Let's move to the next question, which is favorite solo album of the year. So this is going to be one of the only ones, I think there's one more I'm going to do, where I don't have the physical album yet. I'm definitely going to get it. So I did a male solo album and a female solo album. My favorite male solo album of the year is Taemin's Moving. I didn't get it. It was sold out. Like, I had bought it and then they didn't include it because it was sold out. And then I didn't get a chance to get the repackage because it was Christmas and I was buying presents and I just didn't have a chance to get it. But I'm going to get it. It's on my list. Next time I buy something, it's going in that box. Definitely buying it. If you haven't checked it out, please do. His music is always incredible, and I just can't. So, because I didn't have his physical album, I got to include another one, which was the only other, I think, single album I got this year. I'm pretty sure. Besides any of the Luna albums, they're all single albums. Is Kyuhyun's Goodbye for Now, which is such a lovely ballad song. I love his music and his albums. Again, this is another packaging which was just, why did you do this when it's just a bunch of cards and a sticker, even though it is so cute and so aesthetically pleasing, but just irritating altogether. But the album itself is really nice, and I love Kyuhyun and I'll miss him. But if you haven't listened to this song, go ahead, check it out, especially if you're in a mood for something more ballad-like and slow. He makes such good music with such a lovely voice. And then female solo album of the year shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because I think a lot of people picked this album, and that is Taeyeon's My Voice, the deluxe edition, just because they added on a bunch of good songs. Another one that rivaled for album of the year in general. It's such an incredible album. She's such a talent. She has such good music. Everything fits well, but it's different. And she went a little different with this one while keeping to her same style. The photos are great in this one. This is another tall book packaging, which I love. I also love that all of her albums are the same type, so they all fit together really nice on my shelf. Oh, just a great album. If you haven't listened to this, please do yourself a favor and check it out. I also want to give a short shout out to Hades, because I really liked her album this year too. She got a lot of public recognition this year, which she is well deserved. yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Please do so. The next one is an album that surprised you, and I think this will also be surprising because it's on this list as an album that surprised me because I was surprised that I didn't like it. At first, I do now, just at first, I was one of those people that didn't like it. Please don't hate me. I like it now. Still love them, all of them, please. But it's BTS Love Yourself Her album. I didn't like it at first. I waited up for the DNA music video and I just didn't like it. The music video itself is nice, they look great, but I wasn't a huge fan of the song and I just didn't know what to do, didn't know what to say. It just felt weird to be like, oh no, I didn't like that. Like, what do I do now? Considering I'm somebody who usually loves all of their stuff. And then I listened to the album on my way to school that day because I went to sleep after and then woke up again. And I still wasn't a huge fan. I didn't really like the album in general that much, and I didn't know what to do about it. But then I just listened to it like, throughout the day and on my way home. And by the time I got home that day, I liked it. I think it's just a little different for them. They're moving in a little bit of a direction that I'm not a huge fan of, like, generally, but I'm open to all types of music, so it's fine, but it was just unexpected and not what I was thinking they were going for, so I was a little confused, and once I got into it, it was fine. But yeah, that's my album that surprised you. Next was Japanese release, which is also my favorite subunit, but since I'm using it here, I get to use a different subunit album. So it's EXO CBX's Girls is my favorite Japanese release. It's their Japanese mini album, and it's really good. I like their versions. It's cute, and then the all together version is nice. The packaging is great for Japanese albums. They don't usually do too much with that, especially like if you compare it to like BTS or Monsta X or anybody who does classic type Japanese albums. It's usually just the jewel case and then you might get a photo card, and I like that they do like a little bit of a tiny photo book. I wish it was bigger, or like the limited editions that sometimes BTS does where there's like a lot of photos and stuff. But either way, nice packaging. The album is great, the songs are good. If you like funky music, kind of good type music, you would love this album. I would give it a listen if you haven't already. Since they put Hey Mama, but the rest are like new songs, so it's nice. Just a good album. So next is Subunit, which I'm so happy they came back. I wasn't sure they were going to come back, so it's Vix LR. Vix LR's album was really good this year. They didn't get as much recognition as Beautiful Liar did when they did their first Vix LR album, but this one was really great. I really liked all their songs on here. The cards you get are a little weird, but that's fine. I did the M-Wave, that's why I signed, but yeah, I think it's just a really nice album. Give it a listen if you haven't already. Solid music this year. And female subunit would be Luna Arai Circle. This is my favorite Luna's tracks and stuff. I loved Arai Circle. Love the repackage. I like all the songs on here. I just think they're really great. It just makes me genuinely happy that I started to listen to Luna against my first judgment of stay away, they've released too much, you've missed out too much. Just don't do that with groups. I did that, I tried to do that with BTS in the beginning. I was doing that to Luna. You just missed out on yourself. You just ruined it for yourself. So just, if you think you're gonna like something, just look it up and get into it. But yeah, good music. Next would be favorite debut group. Yep, debut. Rookie of the year. There's a lot of rookies that came out this year. Another one that I didn't buy the physical album of yet. I'm gonna give a shout out to Golcha. I really liked their single, and their album was cute, so I'm definitely gonna buy that. So if you haven't listened to Golcha, check them out. For girl groups, I have a couple here. Dreamcatcher was great this year. If you haven't listened to Dreamcatcher stuff, go ahead. Another packaging that's pretty cute. The packaging itself is like a little meh, but their photo books are great. I like that they keep with the theme, the Dreamcatcher stuff. I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Kristen's, the album was great. I'm glad that they finally debuted. I hope everything's okay with Kyla, considering she's my bias, but that's beside the point. If you haven't listened to Kristen's album, check it out. But I'm going to give a big shout out to my favorite girl group that debuted this year, which is Pop. Their album was really great. They're like a lesser known type, a lesser known group from, I think, a very small company. They have a Make Star album going on right now. I think there's a few days left if you want to join it. But their music was really good, and they have a lot of really good covers of English songs. If that's what you're into, they do, I think, all different covers. But I know that I saw they did Royals by Lorde, who I really like, and a bunch of other ones. So they're posting a lot on YouTube, trying to get some support. So if you haven't already checked them out, please do, especially since they came out with a pretty full mini album for a debut. But my real rookies of the year weren't groups. My rookies of the year were actually solo artists. So it was Chungha. I didn't pay attention that much to Produce 101 because I don't like the way they edit. I don't like the way they divide screen time for people, considering it's like, this is people's like dreams and their lives, and they kind of just make it into, you know, something that's entertaining in reality. And I get that's like the whole purpose, that's how they get views, but it's like upsetting. So I kind of just like pay attention to the people and what they produce, what they get to do after, more than like actually watch the show. I do like sometimes vote if there's people I like that are like really low down on the list, I'll vote. But I love Chungha's album. I thought it was really great. She's making comebacks soon, and I'm really excited. The packaging is like not that great again, but just because it's weird, but it's a really nice album. I loved Why Don't You Know. I thought it was a great single, one of the best singles released this year, and if you haven't, check it out. The other one, again, is another Produce 101 person. That's why I guess you might be surprised like 101's not in this. I don't pay attention to any of those Produce 101 groups until they're gone, and then I'll check out their solo groups or their solo work instead. Just like I didn't buy any IOI stuff, just because I'm not a huge fan of the situation that they come about in. But it's Samuel. I love him, and his album was so good. His debut was cute and very fitting, and Eye Candy was a nice new direction, and he already has a full album. He's moving so quick with releases, and I'm really happy for him that everything's working out, considering how many times he was so close to debut, and he did debut and it didn't work out, and I'm glad it's finally working out for him because he's very talented and he deserves it for such a young person. Okay, and then next is album recommendations. I have a lot, but I'm just going to go through them quick. So my first one is one of my all-time favorite girl groups that are currently on the unit, which is another show that I don't really... That one, at least, I feel like there's a little bit more of a wholesome kind of message, like, please pay attention to these new groups. I'm still not a huge fan of just reality shows like that, but at least people are getting a little bit more recognition since they've already debuted and they have their own groups and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's Song of the Year last year came from this album and this group. It's Melody Day's Kiss on the Lips, which is such a good album. I bought a promo album, but this is another album. They look so beautiful. The album itself is amazing. It was definitely in contention for my favorite mini album of the year. The packaging is sad because it's kind of small, but it's cute. The album is great. Kiss on the Lips is an amazing song. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Check them out in general. They have so much good music. Please check them out. Also, another one that I'll recommend, it's a little sad for me, is Stellar. I really liked their album, The Tree of Sephiroth. They went into a new direction with their concept, and it was really nice. Give them a listen. I'm sad because two of the members left, but Yeah, I thought the album was good. It has like the sweet song of Gayoung, a song for Twinkles on here, which is really sweet, and the album itself was good. Wave is great. I like that they went with a little bit of a different concept. It's still like not as blatantly sexy as they usually do, which I enjoy anyway. I like all of their stuff, but it's a little different and very nice. I would check out, if you haven't already, Brave Girls Rollin'. Great. Mini, there's that many songs on here that were new, but Rollin' is such an incredible song. They're all so beautiful in this. I know they're going through some problems right now with members leaving and doing other things, and they were on the unit, but they make such quality music, and if you haven't checked it out already, I would. I also really liked Miss This Kiss by LeBoom, which is another album, another group I really like, and this is another really good mini album this year. They did a Make Star, so sometimes they do Make Stars, so if any of these groups later on interest you, pay attention to Make Star because they do them. They're also on the unit. I'm wishing them success because I know they had some controversy this year, and Yeolhee left, and a lot's going on with them, but they're really talented and they really deserve some fame and success. CLC's Cry Style, which is a great album. I would check it out. All of their songs are great. I think my favorite on here is Liar, but they're all really good. This is definitely, if you like girl crush vibes, like, check it out. Day 6, Sunrise and Moonrise. I didn't have that one yet, but I would check out both their albums, especially if you like band music. They're incredible. Their Day 6 project is really great. I'm happy that JYP is giving them such a large platform and format to release music. So especially if you're into band music, I would give a listen and check them out if you haven't already. And then just 2 shout outs to groups I usually listen to and a lot of people are, which is VIXX Shangri-La. I'm glad that it's getting more airplay now, that everybody watched them on the Gaio and they get to play again, and on the regular music show again this week, which is really great because this album is great. They're great as a band. They're concept kings, just incredible. And if you haven't listened to any of their albums, please do. I think Chained Up is probably still my favorite release from them, but I really liked Shangri-La a lot. And then GOT7, all their albums this year were really great. But I really like 7 for 7. I haven't gotten the present version yet, but it's really nice. Again, I like that they did the tall photo book this time. I wish that it was hardcover instead of softcover and not having flaps like this, but again, whatever. I like that they've added a lot of photo cards. It's a love-hate because I like that there's more, but I hate that they have to collect them. But yeah, they just look really nice, and I like that they participate in making their music now. It makes me feel very happy for them and very proud. And yeah, I'm also going to recommend Jonghyun's Story Up 2, which is just incredible. All of his music is, but I feel like there's certain people and certain artists that are just such mood music type artists where their songs and music reflect their mood, and his story ops are always such mellow and lovely and just they speak to your heart type music, and this one was so good, and it's hard to talk about, but I would have recommended this regardless of everything that happened. But if you haven't listened to it already, which I feel like a lot of people have since his passing, but please do check it out. Yeah. Okay, so that's everything. That was the K-pop albums of 2017 tag. Sorry it's so long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice night, or have a nice day. Goodbye.